In the late 18th century, the Mediterranean was a powder keg of competing empires and ambitions. Napoleon Bonaparte, a rising star in post-revolutionary France, saw an opportunity to strike a blow against the British Empire and extend French influence into the heart of the Ottoman Empire, Egypt. His ambitious vision was not merely one of military conquest but a comprehensive expedition that would blend the arts and sciences with warfare. Napoleon's army, including a contingent of scholars, scientists, and artists known as the savants, set sail for Egypt in 1798. Their journey was marked by a profound sense of curiosity about the land of the pharaohs, a place steeped in ancient mysteries. As they landed on the Egyptian coast, they were greeted with a mixture of awe and trepidation by the local population. The campaign in Egypt commenced with the Battle of the Pyramids, where Napoleon's military brilliance was on full display. His troops swiftly overcame Egyptian resistance, and Napoleon famously declared, "Soldiers, from the summit of these pyramids, 40 centuries look down upon you." Yet, for all his military prowess, Napoleon faced a formidable opponent, time itself. Egypt was a land of ancient wonders and deep historical significance, and its harsh desert environment presented challenges that even the great Napoleon had not anticipated. While Napoleon's forces advanced into Egypt, another genius of the age was preparing to challenge him on the high seas. Horatio Nelson, the renowned British admiral, had been closely monitoring Napoleon's movements from his base in the Mediterranean. Nelson understood the strategic importance of Egypt and recognized that the French presence in the region posed a threat to British interests. Nelson's fleet, including the HMS Vanguard, set sail to intercept the French expedition. As they pursued the French across the Mediterranean, Nelson received crucial intelligence that Napoleon's fleet was anchored in Abu Qir Bay. What followed was a daring and audacious maneuver known as the Battle of the Nile. In this pivotal naval engagement, Nelson showcased his tactical brilliance. He divided his fleet and executed a night attack on the anchored French ships, catching them off guard. The battle that ensued was fierce, with both sides displaying extraordinary valor. Ultimately, the British emerged victorious, and the French fleet was either captured or destroyed. The Battle of the Nile was a resounding triumph for Nelson and a devastating blow to Napoleon's plans in Egypt. It not only solidified Nelson's reputation as one of the greatest naval commanders in history but also effectively trapped Napoleon and his army in Egypt, cut off from their homeland. The stage was set for an epic showdown in the land of the pharaohs, where two titans of their age would collide in a contest of wits and wills. As Napoleon's army continued its advance into Egypt, they found themselves in a land rich with treasures, both ancient and contemporary. Egypt's history was a tapestry woven with threads of pharaohs and conquerors, and Napoleon's expedition was poised to add a new chapter. The savants accompanying the French forces embarked on an ambitious program of exploration and documentation. They surveyed ancient ruins, catalogued Egyptian flora and fauna, and conducted studies of local customs and culture. Among the most significant discoveries was the Rosetta Stone, a stone slab inscribed with 3 scripts: Greek, Demotic, and hieroglyphics. The Rosetta Stone held the promise of unlocking the secrets of Egypt's hieroglyphic writing, a feat that would prove instrumental in deciphering ancient Egyptian texts and understanding their civilization. Despite the intellectual and cultural treasures they uncovered, Napoleon's army faced numerous challenges. Egypt's unforgiving environment posed a constant threat. The scorching heat, relentless sandstorms, and limited resources took a toll on the troops. The expedition also encountered fierce resistance from Egyptian forces, including Mamluks and local tribes, who were determined to defend their homeland from foreign invaders. While Napoleon grappled with the challenges of Egypt, Horatio Nelson was not content to rest on his laurels after the victory at the Battle of the Nile. He turned his attention to another key theater of the conflict, the city of Acre, located in modern-day Israel. Acre was under the control of the Ottoman Empire and defended by a formidable commander named Ahmed al-Jazir. Nelson recognized that capturing Acre would be a strategic coup, disrupting French plans in the region and bolstering British influence in the Mediterranean. The siege of Acre was a brutal and protracted affair. Nelson, known for his naval expertise, found himself leading a land-based assault, a departure from his usual domain. The British forces faced determined resistance from Aljazzar's troops, who defended the city fiercely. The siege of Acre was marked by daring and audacious tactics. Nelson and his men executed a series of bold assaults, including a particularly memorable one where he lost his right arm. The defenders of Acre, aided by the city's formidable fortifications, held their ground tenaciously. Despite the challenges, Nelson persisted. His determination, along with the arrival of British reinforcements, eventually forced Aljazzar to surrender. The capture of Acre was a testament to Nelson's indomitable spirit and tactical brilliance. It further solidified his reputation as a national hero in Britain and a figure of awe and respect throughout Europe. The legacy of the siege of Acre resonated far beyond the city's walls. It showcased Nelson's unwavering resolve and his ability to adapt to different theaters of war. The strategic victory had a lasting impact on the broader dynamics of the conflict in the Mediterranean, and set the stage for future confrontations between the British and French empires. As news of Horatio Nelson's victories in the Mediterranean reached Europe, the balance of power began to shift. Napoleon, sensing the vulnerability of his position in Egypt and aware of the changing political landscape in France, made a fateful decision to return to his homeland. The French retreat from Egypt was a grueling and treacherous ordeal. Napoleon left General Jean-Baptiste Kleber in command, but the situation was precarious. The French forces were isolated in a distant land, cut off from their homeland by the British Navy. Supply shortages and the unforgiving desert environment took a heavy toll on Napoleon's army. Harassed by British forces under the command of British General Sir Ralph Abercrombie and Ottoman forces, the French embarked on a perilous journey back to France. Disease, including outbreaks of bubonic plague, further decimated their ranks. The campaign became a desperate struggle for survival. Throughout the retreat, the French army displayed remarkable resilience and resourcefulness. They fought off relentless attacks and navigated treacherous terrain. Despite the hardships, they managed to negotiate a ceasefire with the Ottoman Empire, allowing them to evacuate from Egypt. The campaign in Egypt, while ultimately unsuccessful in achieving Napoleon's grand vision of a French colony, contributed significantly to his legend. His exploits in Egypt, including the Battle of the Pyramids and the discovery of the Rosetta Stone, added to his aura as a military and intellectual visionary. These experiences would shape his future ambitions and his rise to become Emperor of the French. The showdown between Napoleon and Nelson in Egypt left a profound legacy that reverberated far beyond the shores of the Mediterranean. Both men had demonstrated extraordinary leadership and strategic acumen, albeit in different domains, Napoleon on land and Nelson at sea. Napoleon's Egyptian campaign, despite its ultimate failure, was a testament to his audacity and ambition. It introduced the Western world to the wonders of Egypt and laid the foundation for future Egyptology. The discovery of the Rosetta Stone, with its inscriptions in multiple languages, would eventually lead to the decipherment of hieroglyphics and a deeper understanding of ancient Egyptian civilization. Horatio Nelson's victories in the Mediterranean cemented his status as a British national hero. His daring tactics and unwavering commitment to the defense of British interests at sea had earned him the admiration of the British public. The Battle of the Nile and the capture of Acre showcased his versatility as a commander and his ability to adapt to challenging circumstances. The showdown in Egypt also set the stage for future conflicts and rivalries between the British and French empires in the Mediterranean and beyond. It underscored the strategic importance of the region and the role of naval power in shaping the course of history. In the annals of military history, the clash between Napoleon and Nelson in Egypt remains a testament to the enduring legacies of two of the greatest figures of their age. Their ambitions, triumphs, and challenges continue to be studied and celebrated, shedding light on an era of great upheaval and change. As historians continue to delve into the annals of history, the epic showdown between Napoleon and Nelson in Egypt stands as a captivating tale of ambition, conquest, and resilience. This chapter sheds light on the enduring legacy of their clash and the ongoing unveiling of its intricate details. The treasures that Napoleon sought in Egypt were not confined to the material realm alone. While his vision included the acquisition of ancient artifacts and cultural exploration, it also encompassed a grander ambition: knowledge. The scholars and scientists, known as the savants, who accompanied his expedition embarked on an intellectual journey of discovery. They meticulously documented Egypt's flora, fauna, and customs, aiming to expand the boundaries of human understanding. One of the most celebrated discoveries during the French campaign was the Rosetta Stone. This unassuming stone slab, inscribed with 3 scripts, Greek, Demotic, and hieroglyphics, held the promise of unlocking the secrets of Egypt's ancient past. Though the immediate significance of the stone was not fully grasped during Napoleon's time in Egypt, it became a symbol of Egyptology's future. The stone's inscriptions would ultimately lead to the decipherment of hieroglyphics by Jean-François Champollion, opening a window into the rich history of ancient Egypt. Napoleon's retreat from Egypt marked a turning point in his career. His departure was driven by a combination of strategic considerations, changing political dynamics in France, and the challenging realities of governing a distant colony. Yet, the legacy of his Egyptian campaign would continue to shape his destiny. He returned to France and eventually seized power, becoming emperor. His fascination with Egypt, its culture, and its historical treasures endured. Egyptology remained a subject of keen interest, and he continued to support scholarly endeavors related to the land of the pharaohs. Horatio Nelson's victories in the Mediterranean were not merely tactical triumphs at sea, they carried broader implications. The Battle of the Nile, in particular, marked a turning point in the conflict, effectively ending Napoleon's dreams of establishing a French colony in Egypt. The British naval hero's unwavering resolve and strategic brilliance had made a profound impact on the course of history. The legacy of this epic showdown in Egypt extended far beyond the lives of Napoleon and Nelson. It shaped the geopolitical landscape of the Mediterranean and underscored the importance of naval power in global affairs. The rivalry between the British and French empires would persist, with consequences that reverberated across continents. Today, as historians and archaeologists continue to unveil the details of this historic confrontation, the treasures they uncover are not confined to artifacts alone. They reveal the complexities of ambition, the resilience of the human spirit, and the enduring pursuit of knowledge. The clash between Napoleon and Nelson in the land of ancient mysteries serves as a reminder that history's secrets are never truly buried. They are waiting to be unveiled by those who seek to understand the past.